Right, welcome back to Amped with me, Johnny Doom, and I'm joined on the sofa by Pryti. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes, a PR company sent me one of your tracks, which I played on my Kerrang show, and I have to say I was very, very impressed. And then even more, I found out that it was just you who did all of it. So I thought, I've got to get her on the show. I also found out you're from Sutton Coldfield as well, quite local, and used to live in Walsall as well, where this show is filmed. But yeah, tell us about yourself. I mean, you know, when did you get into music? When did you start making music as yourself?
I started a few years ago. I was interning in the music industry, and then I decided that, I want to try this and doing it for myself. So I just took some time out and I started writing some songs, and then I recorded my first EP, Welcome to Prydville, which was also produced by Justin from Sixth.
Right.
And so that's how it.
So were you, in what sense were you working in the music industry? Were you working behind the scenes as well?
I was interning, and I interned at a few companies, and I worked reception, and so that's what I did.
So what's your musical background then? When did you, what did you start playing originally? What was the first instrument you kind of got,
piano when I was little, and then when I got into rock and metal, I played guitar and everything when I was a teenager. So I've been playing instruments for a
How old are you now? You look quite young.
I'm 30 now.
30, well, you're just small then.
I'm just small.
But so you started with piano, then guitar and stuff. Did you do drums on it as well?
No, I didn't. But I play guitars and bass and wrote.
So when you sit down, you just kind of pretty much pen the track and kind of play it through, and then work with a drummer sometimes as well. I mean, the track, we're going to listen to it in a little while. And it's definitely kind of big, emotional, quite expansive, in the sound. I really liked it, lots of layers as well. What kind of bands, within rock and metal were you into?
Linkin Park, Deftones, Slipknot, Killswitch Engage. In Flames. Early Il Nino stuff.
So you're quite a metalhead.
I listen to a lot of pop as well. I tend to listen to a lot of genres as much as I can, really. So like Sarah McLachlan, John Mayer.
No, I'm a little bit like that. I love my punk, I love my metal. But I also like a bit of hip hop and things like that, some dancey stuff. I think if you're into music, if you're a musician yourself, you don't want to close off doors to other influences, do you?
Totally.
And do you go to festivals and things like that as well, or have you been to any of those, Download or anything like that?
I used to go a lot before I started doing my own music. I used to go to Download Festival all the time, being front row. I remember I was front row for Slipknot and Trivia. When Slipknot headlined the main stage and Trivium first time they headlined the second stage, so that was awesome. And I love Download Festival. And
the other thing I suppose I should ask you is, are you going to take this out, and are you going to kind of get a band that's going to help you in terms of,
I've got a band now, and I'm just working towards live now. It just takes time because I have to sort a lot of stuff myself, so that just takes time, but I want to make sure the live stuff really good before I take it out there.
It's definitely something different, a tiny girl making a whole lot of noise and trying to get out there. As I was saying to you before, we used to big hulking men on this show most of the time. And a lot of girls as well, they sing but don't necessarily play instruments and things like that. But it is changing, more and more girls getting involved, more equality within the scene as well, which is really good. We're going to watch your video in a bit, but tell us about the release. This is a full album. Yeah, this is a full album. It's released digitally. It was released last year. It's got really good reviews. So you can stream it, you can download it digitally, And where did you do this? Where did you record? Recorded it in Reading with Justin from Sixth. So Is he kind of like a bit of a mentor, a bit someone to look up to, helps you out with things, and kind of because he's
a really good producer, and he's like a really lovely guy as well. And I've worked with him since the beginning. I just emailed him, and he was like, yeah, come on, let's do it. And yeah, it was.
But a good producer does help you, kind of develop.
He really like helped develop the sound. Like I knew like what I wanted it to sound like in my head, but he really like got it to what it is. And we're into so many of the same bands and the same music, so it was so easy.
And you've got 10 tracks on here. It is called Tales of a Melancholic, which gives you an indication that it's quite downbeat, quite emotional music, in a very good way, which you're going to see in a little while. So yeah, people can, you've got Facebook and website, things like
YouTube, that. There's Bitter Pill videos on there. My other videos as well for Insomnia and Abyss are on there too, so yeah.
And as you were saying, next you just kind of want to get out there and maybe do some gigs.
Yeah.
I've
pretty much been working backwards, I think. Now I've done things.
Well, some people go out gigging, like my band, go out gigging all the time and forget to make music. At least you've got some music together, and you've kind of honed your craft. Now, as we were saying, you've just got to get out there. So yeah, just let us know, and maybe I can help out with some, gigs in Birmingham or at least something
sure,
like that.
That'd be wonderful. Yeah.
So yeah, tell us about the Bitter Pill video, which we're going to see now. Who recorded this for you?
My friend directed it. His name's Marcus Maschwitz. He's photographed a lot of bands like Birmingham Horizon, Linkin Park, Mice and Men, and so I've worked with him since the beginning. And so he did the video for that, and we shot it end of last year. Yeah. So it was a really awesome video to film.
Well, yeah, because, it's quite expensive doing videos. It helps if you do have somebody who can kind of help out or something like that. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show. People out there, check out Pryti. It is Pryti. And it is your actual name as well, isn't it?
Yeah, my name.
Because I didn't know that at first. When I was sent it, I was like, oh, that's an interesting name for a band, but it is just your name.
Yeah, it's my name.
But yeah, thanks so much for coming on this show.
Thanks
Good luck with everything.
Thanks so much.
And here is Pryti right now with Bitter Pill on Out.